Hi everyone. I hope you're well today. It's the weather's getting a little bit warmer here, but it's good weather, and I hope wherever you are in different parts of the world that you're having a nice, healthy weather. I know that there's so much issue of this virus going around the world, and the most important thing is to stay calm and not panic about what's going on. Hello, Maria. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening about what's going on in the world. Hello, Smart says, wow, Kyle. I said, hola. Okay, hola, Kyle. Hi, Reese. Reese, yin and yang church time. So this week, hi, Namrata. I was thinking about you this morning because we're going to be doing our group meditation healing for you for your rheumatoid arthritis. And I know what that is like. I know what arthritis feels like. At one point, I had arthritis all through my body, and it was not pleasant. And so this week, we're going to do a group healing meditation for Namrata. We're going to use a meditation technique called Tonglen. And it's a Tibetan word which means sending and taking. Tonglen is the name of the meditation, and it means in Tibet taking and sending. And it's a meditation focused on the breath, where as we breathe in, we take in the suffering, the pain that we have within ourselves and others, such as Namrata's rheumatoid arthritis. And then as we breathe out, we send relief, send happiness, send the beautiful white light of love to ourselves and to those that we are doing the healing for, such as Namrata or somebody else, some other people that are suffering. So Tonglen is the name of the meditation technique that we're going to do today. So just remember, as we breathe in, we're going to visualize like a black fog or a black smoke with this hot and heavy suffering and pain. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds on our third eye. And then as we breathe out, we're going to send the relief of the suffering and pain to ourselves, to Namrata, and to any other people around the world that you think need the relief from the suffering and pain. So this is the technique that we're going to be doing today, and I want you to be really comfortable on your chair or on your bed. Today I'm going to be holding my rose quartz crystal, and for me this always represents the energy of love. But I think the energy of love is actually in every crystal. But for me, this rose quartz always represents a heightened love crystal. So if you have a crystal, or if you have your favorite prayer bead on hand, hold it, because the crystal or the prayer bead can amplify our intention for this healing for Namrata and for others who are suffering around the world, especially with bodily conditions. So get really comfortable, and we're going to start the meditation now. catalyst for centering yourself in the here and now. And as you take a deep breath in, breathe in the presence of now. And as you breathe out, bring in the presence of now. Allow your breath to ground you to the power of now. This is the only moment that we have any power. This is the moment of eternal presence that can go beyond time and space. This is the only moment that we can connect to the divine energies of this entire universe that is within us and around us. And this is the only moment that we can receive and send all of the healing energy. So center yourself, and as you breathe in, bring in the powerful presence of now. And as you breathe out, be in the powerful presence of now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Allow your breath to connect your mind, body, and soul. Allow your breath to expand your energy as far reaches out into the universe. Allow your breath to let you be fully present in the now. Allow your breath to let the divine energy of God run through every cell, every tissue, every organ, every part of your body who loves you so much. Thank you, body. Thank you, every cell. Thank you, every tissue. Thank you, every organ. Thank you, body, so much for loving me, for healing me, for taking care of me with every breath that I breathe in and out. Now, visualize a beautiful pink light at the top of your crown chakra, above your head, right here. And this light is coming from the divine, right here. And see it swirling around your crown chakra. And as it swirls around your crown chakra, it's moving any stuck or blocked energies right here. The connection to the heavenly bodies. It's opening that crown chakra and releasing any negative, blocked, or resistant energy out into the universe. And take a deep breath as blocked energies in your crown chakra are being released to the universe. Now, the same pink, beautiful, loving light is entering through to your third eye chakra right here. The power of your intuition, the power of being guided by something divine, your intuition, your psychic abilities right here. And as that rose pink, divine, loving light enters your third eye chakra, it infuses love, it infuses light, it infuses compassion so that you can release any resistant energy, blocked energy, opening up that third eye chakra so that you can have clarity. Your intuition can be spot on. And as you breathe in and out, all of that resistant energy is being released from your third eye chakra. Now, the same loving pink light is descending down to your throat chakra, your ability to communicate, the ability to speak your truth right here. And that loving pink light is running through your throat chakra to clear away and release any resistant energy in that chakra. And as you breathe in and out, all of that resistant energy is being released out into the universe to make way for that energy to flow, that energy to move and clear the way, so it allows you to stand in your truth. Now, the pink light is descending into your heart chakra right here. And any resistant energy that you have in your heart chakra is being open. You're opening your heart with that loving pink light that is just moving the energy of love, moving it and releasing any blocked or resistant energy out into the universe. Now, the pink light of love and compassion is descending down to your solar plexus right here, your upper abdomen. And as it moves into your upper abdomen, it's clearing all of the resistant energy, all of any trauma that you have, any blocked energy. It's moving it and clearing it out into the universe. Now, the pink light is descending to your sacral chakra in your lower abdomen area. And any blocked energy or resistant energy that you're holding on to in that sacral chakra is being released and removed to clear the way for the energy to flow and for that loving pink light to flow into that chakra and open that chakra. Being released all resistant energy out to the universe. Now the pink light is descending down to your root chakra, where the sense of security, the sense of groundingness, the sense of safety is being replenished by clearing the way of that root chakra and releasing all resistant energy from that chakra and clearing the way so that you could regain the sense of safety, the sense of security, the sense of groundedness. And as that pink loving light is moving and opening and clearing that root chakra, all of that energy of resistance is moving out of that root chakra back into Mother Earth. Mother Earth is absorbing that resistant energy to take on that resistant energy for your well-being and healing. Now, we intend for Namrata to be free of suffering and pain from her rheumatoid arthritis. We intend from Namrata to be free of the root cause that is creating her suffering and pain associated with her rheumatoid arthritis. And as we set this intention for the healing of Namrata's rheumatoid arthritis, we breathe in her suffering and pain as a smoke, as fog, and we breathe in that suffering and pain and hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then we release that suffering and pain as a free, white, golden, beautiful, loving light of healing. Again, we breathe in the suffering and pain of Namrata's rheumatoid arthritis. Let's hold on to the pain and just be with it. Any thoughts that arise, just let it go. Just be present with that suffering and pain. And now, let it go. Free Namrata of that suffering and pain with your out breath. Again, breathe in the suffering and pain of Namrata as we take it on for her. Just be present with it. If fear comes up, if uncomfortability comes up, if pain comes up, if anxiousness comes up, just be fully present with it. Don't judge it. Allow it to be. And as we breathe out, we let go of all that suffering and wish happiness and joy for Namrata. We feel so much release. We feel so much release and relief when we exhale out, broadcasting that beautiful white light out to Namrata and to all those people around the world who are in suffering and pain, including ourselves. One more time, let's bring in the smoke, the fog of the suffering and pain. Breathe it in powerfully, strongly. Hold it, and anything that arises, just be present with it. Don't judge. Just be present. Be present. And then release it as a beautiful white golden light of relief and relaxation and healing and happiness and joy. Just relax into your breathing in and out. Just relax into it. And any thoughts that arise, any feelings that arise, just be present with it. Allow those feelings, whether it be joy, whether it be fear, whether it be happiness, whether it be anxiousness, just allow it to be. Don't judge. Just let your breath nourish those feelings. Relax into those feelings. Let the feelings just breathe. And let your breath relax into those feelings. Just be present with your breath. Allow your breath to take you where it should. Allow this present moment. Allow your truth. Allow your loving awareness. Allow your expansion of your soul. Allow your heart to love every human being on this planet. Allow your heart to have unconditional love for everything and everyone in this universe. Repeat after me. I allow this presence. I allow love. I allow expansion. I allow fear. I allow joy. I allow peace. I allow healing. I allow healing. I allow healing. And now I allow love. I allow the truth of who I am, which is pure love. Hi, everyone. Oh, Junk, I allow love. Thank you for repeating that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for repeating that. So, if any one of you had a special, profound experience from that meditation that we just did, which was to heal Namrata of her suffering and pain of the rheumatoid arthritis, and that meditation also was intended for other people, including ourselves, to have relief of suffering and pain. So as we meditate, we're not only meditating for Namrata's healing, but we're meditating for our own healing and the healing of everyone on this planet. So if you had any special experience from that meditation, please share it. And so now this is the time to share your questions, any questions that you have for me. I'm happy to answer the question. Oh, Junk, you're from Saudi Arabia? Oh, that is so great. That is so great. I've never been to Saudi Arabia. Junk DNA. Your name is funny. Your moniker is funny. Oh, you're welcome, Namrata. You're welcome. You're welcome, Namrata. It was our honor and privilege to do this meditation for you, because we're really selfish, because as we're healing you, we're healing ourselves. So we're really selfish. I always receive so much healing when I do group meditations, so it's really a selfish act. Oh, you did it. Should I repeat? Yes, Namrata, that's a good question. Should you repeat that meditation daily? Yes, if you feel that you need that meditation to further practice that meditation, then do it more. So what I always find about meditations and my spiritual growth and spiritual practice, I felt a tight knot in my gut. Okay, so Kyle said, I felt a tight knot in my gut that won't go away. Not sure why. Okay, Kyle, I understand. Maybe you have to first totally center yourself, and you have to be totally relaxed. Total relaxation is one of the most important things in any type of practice. But when we can't release the negative energy or that blocked energy, is because we have resistance. My favorite analogy of how to get rid of resistance, it's the resistance that's creating that blocked energy. It's like this. And you have to be able to relax into that so that it starts to go like this. And as you keep holding that resistant energy for whatever reason, and it doesn't, a lot of it is just from your subconscious mind, because 95% of the way we operate is really in the subconscious mind. So if you're overpowering and you're just holding on to that blocked energy, then it's going to take more time and maybe a different type of meditation. It's called a practice. You have to practice. So the practice is whatever the modality is of that meditation, whatever the modalities. There's so many tools and modalities that we could tap into to start to relax into that resistant energy so that it starts to open. So it takes practice. And I always say that different meditation tools, different tools work for different people. And as you journey through this spiritual practice, what happens is, you might change your meditation. What worked for you 2 years ago, maybe now you're ready for a different modality. Maybe you're ready for a different tool. Because everything is in flux. Nothing stays the same. So your energy is constantly in flux. So what you may need today, you may not need tomorrow. So this is where we have to be so in tune with our own self, with our own body, with our own energy. We have to be so in tune with that to be able to shift and make the changes that we need as we nurture our spiritual practice. So what may work today may not work tomorrow. What one meditation may work on one person, but it may not work on somebody else. But the whole essence of doing the meditations is to start relaxing so you could release that resistant energy. My favorite analogy is Abraham Hicks, one of my favorite spiritual teachers, always talks about the cork. The cork on the ocean. Well, when you have all of this resistant energy like that you're holding on to, you're holding that cork down. You're holding it down under the ocean. You're just literally holding it down. And as soon as you let go and you surrender and you release to the infinite wisdom and love of this universe, you've released that resistant energy, then the cork just floats back naturally and organically on the water, right? And so that's what's happening whenever we have that blocked, you feel that tightness, that it's because, and feeling that tightness is actually the precursor to releasing. So don't judge the tightness, just be present with that tightness in your gut. Keep being present with it, not judging it. Be present with it. Be present with it. Allow your breath to relax into that tightness of the gut. And if you keep that practice, just allowing it to be and be present and relaxing into it through your breath, then eventually it'll start to open. It'll start to open. It'll start to open. And that's a practice. Okay, so what other questions we had here? Namrata, I'm in a lot of, but don't know want to take medication. Yes, Namrata, I agree with you. Because one of the things that I wanted to discuss today is about health issues and what I truly believe health issues are. I always believe that any physical manifestation of disease in our physical body is really just a symptom. It's really just a symptom of what's really happening in our consciousness level. So I always say that my late sister's son, S-U-N, died of years of stress and unhappiness, and cancer was just her manifested symptom. I never say she died of cancer. I never say that. And I always attribute my own health condition, and I have my own health condition. I always attribute it to a lot of trauma that I had as a childhood, and possibly trauma that I'm holding on to in my previous life. You know, if you believe in previous life, which I do, because our soul comes into this physical form in this life to learn lessons. If it hasn't learned those lessons, then when our body dies, the soul, continues and may reincarnate into another body to learn lessons. So Namrata, and for many of us, many of you out there, there's so many people on this planet suffering of pain, of bodily pain. There's so many people out there that are suffering of bodily pain. And so the way I always see that bodily pain is that it's a reflection of really what's happening in our consciousness level, that soul level, the spirit, that energy level, which is really the truth of who we are. Because the body really comes out of this non-physical energy. The physical form comes out of this non-physical energy. So when you heal the root cause of the trauma in the non-physical energy field, then you automatically heal the body. The physical form will follow, because body is created because of this eternal energy consciousness. So when you look at shamans and ancient civilizations that heal the body, heal the physical form, they don't pay attention to the physical body. They are healing on this non-physical energetic consciousness plane. That's where they're healing. So what they're doing, the shamans, when they do their rituals with their feathers, their smokes, with their the snake rattle, when they're doing the ceremonies, what they're doing is they're connecting to that eternal energy consciousness, the spirit, and asking it to please release trauma from that spirit. Release that trauma. Because the trauma is what's creating the bodily disease. So when we hold on to all of this trauma, inevitably it turns into disease. So with my own health issues, I was the same like you, Namrata. I didn't want to take medication because I always felt, especially Western medication. Now, I have taken Asian herbs like Chinese herbs, Ayurvedic herbs. I have taken that under the tutelage of a really good herbalist. I have taken herbs, but I knew that fundamentally the way I was going to be able to manage my health and to be able to start healing the root cause, not the symptom, but the root cause of why I have this health condition, is a spiritual practice, is to heal my consciousness, is to release all of the trauma, resistant energy. And we don't even know what the trauma is. We're not conscious of it. It's all in that deep subconscious mind that we're holding on to. We're holding on to all this trauma. And so what happens is over the years, it doesn't happen overnight. So if you've been holding on to this trauma, it takes some time duration for the manifestation to come in a physical form. So really, the way I see disease is a symptom, a manifested symptom of what's really going on in this energy, in your consciousness energy. and a lot of trauma that we're holding on to. And that's not to say that, good food and, environment doesn't affect our health. Of course, if we have a polluted environment, that's going to affect our health. That's not to say that. Or if we eat really junk food over and over again, of course that's going to affect our health. But aside from that, that's secondary. To me, that's secondary. The first thing that we have to attend to is that energy field, that soul, where the shamans are healing. That is the first place that we have to attend to. And then our second priority for healing is the food that we eat, as well as, we could take certain types of Ayurvedic or Chinese herbs that come from a reliable source, and the environment, whether we have pollution or toxins. Those are also important, but the first thing we have to take care of is our eternal being, which is that soul, that energy consciousness that we are. So I hope that can help you, Namrata. Resistance, that is right block energy. Yes, Kyle. Resistance is blocked energy. When you have resistance, then the energy wants to flow. Let's say in your chakra, the energy wants to be flowing. But with that resistance, you're creating blocked energy in your chakra. And when you create that blocked energy, it turns into disease inevitably. Never used pink light. You know what? Light, I use all kinds of light. I've used pink light. I've used green light. I've used even the rainbow light. I've used light that just instinctively, intuitively comes to me during the meditation. So because all light is a manifestation of energy. When energy, that's what light is. Light is a manifestation of energy. So when light appears, when energy appears, it manifests into light. So all light can be used for healing, whether it's green light, purple light, indigo light, white light, pink light, but it really depends on, what you need that day, that meditation, for what purpose, and just follow your gut, follow your intuition, follow that God energy that's guiding you to whatever light that you should be visualizing. Just be intuitive about it. There's no wrong light, As you could see in the chakras, the 7 chakras, it's all different light. There's the red light, there's indigo, there's purple, there's green. The heart chakra is represented by green. So use the light that you think that you need for that moment. Everything's in flux. Nothing is set in stone. Everything is in flux. Everything's in flux. Our whole life is in flux. It's nothing is permanent. Nothing. That is the number one. I think that's the first noble truth in Buddhism, that nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. So, Namrata, I want to also say again, if you feel that you need more of this meditation, then do it on your own. Do it on your own. Maybe at some point you're going to evolve into another meditation. I use so many different modalities for my own healing. I'm always open. I keep my mind and heart open to lots of different modalities. And I've tried many, many different things over the years. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And this is part of your journey to discover yourself, to discover your healing. And what's most important, that we have to just be present with whatever arises. And one of the videos that I'm going to be doing, Namrata, is about how to be present with pain and suffering, how to be present with fear, how to be present with anxiousness. These are some of the things that I think one of the things that I had to become better at. I am no expert at being present with fear, but I've gotten better at it over the years through my practice. So these are the topics that I really, really want to delve into a lot deeper. Okay, so now I think it's Orion's belt. Can trauma be released by meditating? Yes, it can be, but it may not happen overnight for you. I mean, that's why they call it a practice. Trauma, everything is possible when you reach a higher consciousness level, and meditation is one of the ways to reach your higher consciousness level. So yes, but it takes practice. It takes, figuring out what meditations work for you, what meditations don't. It takes patience. It takes compassion with yourself. I mean, you're not just, it's very, I've never heard of anybody meditating once and then everything's all great and healed. I mean, the Buddha meditated for years before he reached enlightenment. And he was meditating probably all day, every day, not even like 1 hour a day, which is what I do, about 1 hour a day. So yes, meditation could definitely heal the trauma, and that's why we meditate. And also the other thing that can heal trauma is by living fully present in the now. By living fully present in the now, meaning that you're just relaxing to what is in the now. Just relaxing into what is in the now. And as you keep doing that more and more and not getting sucked up in the drama of whatever is going on in the now, your energy field, your consciousness will gradually and naturally release that resistant energy by living in the present moment. And that's why one of the reasons why I work hard, and sometimes I think I work way too hard. Sometimes I have to say to myself, Moon, relax. You're working way too hard trying to live in the now, So this is one of the reasons why for me, living in this moment and being fully present in this moment is so, so important, because I know that every single time I move through this day, this moment, in this presence of now, that I am naturally and organically releasing that resistant energy that I'm not even conscious of. Because a lot of this trauma that we hold on to, we're not conscious of it right here, right now. It's all in a very deep level. And so we have to be present in this moment. Because when we become more and more present in this moment, we're relaxing our body. And as we relax our mind and body, we're not only relaxing our body, more importantly, we're relaxing the mind. And as we relax the mind, we relax the body. And as we relax the body, then that resistant energy is opening up. It's like that cork is floating back naturally up on the water. Eating, okay, so now, yes, and Ka, can you do guided meditation for beginners for your next video? Okay, yes, let me, well, next video, we're going to work on healing Solange's, she complained about migraine. But yes, what I will be doing, what we could do for next week is, can be inclusive of the beginners, for guided meditation, which is really, for beginner, it's just really focusing on your breath, in and out, in and out, in and out. And as thoughts arise, you don't judge it, you just observe it and let it go, and then return back to your breath. As thoughts arise, you just observe it without judgment, let it go, and then return back to the breath. So that's a very beginner meditation, which is very, very powerful. Vipassana meditation is just about that. It's just about focusing on the breath. And as the thoughts keep arising, like you could have 1,000,000 thoughts arise, you just observe it without judgment, let it go, come back to your breath. That's a very beginner guided meditation, but I can talk more about that. We can always use some grounding techniques. I personally like to put great and cosmos beliefs in small token and can carry with me. Okay, I use a small Buddha. Okay, that sounds great. So what I wanted to go, eating healthy food in a lot of greens does help the mind. I'm very mindful about what I eat. I had hummus and breadsticks today. Lady G, it's so true. It's so true. Eating healthy cleans the mind, because when you get whole foods, it does clean the mind and clean the body, because when you have whole foods is a high energetic vibrational frequency, like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, they're high vibrational energetic frequency. They have a lot more energy. The processed foods, the fast foods, have low vibrational frequency. And so what I notice is that when if I eat too much, like if I'm eating like refined sugars, I don't even have clarity. Like I feel confused, and I just feel kind of lethargic, like I have less energy. And it makes sense because these, the fast foods have low energetic frequency. It's a low energy. And the whole foods like fruits and vegetables have high energy. And so yes, eating, I always make my food, I make my mind number one, self-care, and then I make my food number two, self-care. Food is your primary medicine. Food is your primary medicine. Adrian, biofoods are hard to find and expensive in Romania. Okay. So Adrian, is it you mean like more like organic foods? Is that what you mean? Is when you say biofoods, do you mean like organic foods? Kyle. Okay, so let me know if it's organic. Is it possible for you to be able to grow some herbs in your patio or in your garden, Adrian? Is it possible to do that? Do you not have any type of farmers market in Romania, meaning the farmers gather together in a space and then they sell their food directly to you? Yes, organic food. Okay, so see if there's any farmers market, meaning that the farmers gather together in a certain location and then they sell the food directly to the consumer. See if you have any farmers market around in your town, in your home, in your city. I would suggest that. And I would also suggest maybe if you have a backyard or even if you have a patio, I would suggest growing some of the herbs like basil, parsley, some of the basic herbs that you may use a lot, maybe thyme, sage, grow some of those herbs, because it's really very easy to grow and maintain those herbs, even if you have like a small patio area, or a balcony, if you don't have like a backyard. So I would suggest A, farmers market, and B, growing your own like herbs. So Kyle, thank you. How do you keep yourself so young and beautiful? Oh, that's so sweet of you. I don't know, but my mother, she's like now 89, and people think she looks like she's, I don't know, 69. I guess part of it is good genes, but I think the way to have outer beauty is to have inner beauty first, meaning that you have to work on your inner self you have to work on that inner part of you in order to have any outer beauty. So I really try to work on myself, the inner self-development through meditations, through living in the present moment, through food, just trying to release and really surrender and release to the infinite wisdom of God and the universe. I'm constantly speaking to God and saying, I surrender and release to you all resistant energy, knowing that you have infinite wisdom, infinite love, infinite power to make all things happen. And I let go and surrender. I always say the more that you let go, the more you surrender. And I think when you start to live in peace, serenity, and start to really let go of all this resistant energy to the divine universe, who knows a lot more than we do, to God, just release and surrender, have faith, have trust. You're taking care of your body. You're taking care of the body. You're taking care of your physical form, because you're not creating that stress, and stress will create wrinkles. Stress will create a lot of things in your body. So living a mindful life is very important for what you call the outer beauty. But I think the inner beauty is the most important thing, But I thank you for that compliment. Even for myself in organic food. Okay, Adrian. I think, though, you don't have a garden and you don't have... okay, so what I would do is, when I buy food, and sometimes I buy fruits and vegetables that are not organic, but I try to stay away from the GMO, the GMO stuff, the genetically modified organism. And I think in Europe, they don't sell GMO foods. I think in Europe, the laws there are more tighter than in the US for GMO food. So I always avoid GMO foods, and I think in Europe they're much more strict about not selling GMO foods. So sometimes I don't buy organic fruits and vegetables. So what I do is, if I buy, let's say, non-organic celery, then I make sure that I clean it in filtered water with some kind of vinegar. You could use white vinegar. You could use apple cider vinegar. I mix the water and vinegar, and then I wash all of my fruits and vegetables, even the organic ones, I wash in there. So make sure you're washing your food in there, okay? And that's a solution. You have to work with what you can get, right? I mean, if there's no organic food, then you have to work with what you get. But see if you could try to get non-GMO, like GMO-free foods. And I think in Europe, they are better at that. Or in Europe, they have a label that says GMO or non-GMO. I think in Europe, they're much better at that than they are here in the US. But you have to work with. And what I would do, Adrian, too, this is what I would also do. This is really important. As you're washing your food and preparing your food, this non-organic food, and you're eating the food, I would speak to your food. I would say, I love you, food. Thank you, food. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for keeping me energetic, vibrant, and alive. When you cook when you feel happy. Don't cook when you're angry, because if you cook when you're angry, you're going to transfer that angry energy to the food. So I think it's fine that you don't have organic food. That's fine. Don't stress over that. The more important thing is to bless your food, is to communicate with your food. And by doing that, you're giving it loving energy. So I think that's a good solution for you. Communicate with your food. Tell your food, I love you. I love you. Whenever I eat my food, I communicate with it, and I tell my food I love it, so that food can receive that positive, pure, high vibrational, energetic frequency from me. And, it could be as good as organic, because, you're raising the vibrational frequency of that food. So it could be as good as organic. So speak to your food actively, communicate it. Sure, it's the best food. I also try. Oh God, Lady G. It sounds like, wow, Lady G, you do a lot of amazing things. Vlad Rod, what other foods do you recommend? Okay. Vlad, so one of the things about food is you have to eat according to your body. In Ayurveda, they have in the 3 dosha, the Pitta, in Ayurvedic, the Indian practice of holistic medicine, they call Ayurveda. They have this thing called Pitta, Vata, Kapha. And your body, your being is made up of these three energies, the Pitta, Vata, Kapha. So they're saying that, and they call it the constitution. So one person may have 20% Pitta, 30% Vata, and 50% Kapha. And based on that constitution, that unique constitution that you are, you eat based on that. So if you have more air element, then your diet should be more inclusive of, earth element foods, warm foods. So it really depends on your body, your individual body. I eat, my diet is very focused on eating fresh fruits and vegetables every single day, or at least fresh fruits and maybe like some cooked vegetables, like vegetables that are kind of steamed or stir fried, so I make sure that I'm always eating some fresh fruits and vegetables. My other diet is to have high quality liquids. So I have a filtration system in my garage which filters every water in my house. So in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the laundry room, it filters water everywhere. So I make sure to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, healthy proteins. I eat organic. I'll eat organic. I'll buy organic chicken or sometimes organic beef. I try to buy organic. It's really important, especially for like meats and eggs. It's really important to buy organic. Or sometimes I'll eat fish. And I also eat grains, some grains, not a lot of grains, but some grains like quinoa, brown rice, white rice, amaranth grains. I stay away from gluten. I don't eat any gluten because I have my own gut issues, and I completely stay away from dairy. Now, there are people who eat dairy and they're very, very healthy. It really depends on your constitution. It really depends on your individual body. I come from an Asian culture, Asian ancestry, and there's no dairy in our culture. So dairy doesn't work well for my body, and I don't drink any alcohol. I drink tea. 90% of my warm is like tea, like herbal teas, and some green tea. I do drink green tea, and I do. Every so often I'll have a sip of coffee, but not that often. But so that's kind of primarily my diet. I love kimchi. I do eat a lot more white kimchi than red kimchi because I don't eat spicy food as much as I used to. Yes, special gifts, LA. Yes, I love that you are talking to food. It's really praising food. Wow. Yes, it is so important to communicate with our food, because that food is a consciousness. It's alive. It's a being. It's energetic. It's a consciousness, meaning so when you see plants, they move towards the sun. Well, that's an awareness, right? That's a consciousness. It's moving towards the sun because it knows that it needs the nutrition of that sun. So it's a consciousness. Even water liquids is a consciousness. So if you communicate with this consciousness, you're transferring positive energy. That's why at dinner time, they always say during mealtime, don't argue. Don't argue with the people, with your family during dinner time. Don't argue, because you're transferring bad energy to that food. And then you're taking that food in. Don't argue, Eat with peace. Eat with serenity, Yes, I agree, Lady G. I think too much meat is not. I can't eat too much meat either. It's got to be like a percentage, like 10% or 50. Okay, so I think it's already 10:35. So we're gonna do our closing meditation now, and I thank you so much for joining me in that meditation for Namrata and for all the other people that are suffering in the world with bodily pain. And so I thank you for joining me collectively to do this healing, because as we heal other people, we're actually healing ourselves. So let's close with a little thankfulness and gratefulness and appreciation for this moment and for gathering together. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, spirit angels, for being here with us, for allowing us to feel and do the work on your behalf, to awaken ourselves and awaken our planet to your divine love, your divine compassion. We thank you for allowing us to gather our energies together here to heal each other, to heal our planet, for the expansion of our soul in this universe. So we thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful time together, and for allow us to be present right here, right now, and to allow us to be present as we move through the day, the rest of the day. We thank you so much for giving us the honor to heal Namrata and all those who are suffering in their body. We know that your healing love, your healing light, your healing compassion is always working through us, and we are your pencils to heal each other. So thank you. We are allowing this moment to gather for the healing love that we give each other. And we so thank you. The power of God is within me, and the grace of God surrounds me. The power of God is within me, and the grace of God surrounds me. Thank you. Namaste. So next week, we're going to do another healing meditation for Solange, who has a migraine headache. She's a viewer in London, in the UK. So we'll do that next week. And, we will continue to heal ourselves and the world around us. So I look forward to our session next week. In the meantime, try to live in the present moment. Try to be fully aware of the now, because your power is only here. So until next week, I love you, everyone. Lots of blessings to you, your family, wherever you are. I'll see you next week. Bye. I love you.